and welcome. So we have made it through Christmas and New Year's again. Yay.
2026.
Woohoo, we are officially in 2026. Hope everyone had a good holiday couple weeks. I'm pretty excited that it's over just so that I can figure out what day it is because I struggle. I think every day is Sunday. I'm like, tomorrow's Monday. It's not.
It's kind of thrown me off too, having days off work and
Yeah.
like get half the week off, and then I go back for a day, and I'm like, oh, it's Monday. Like, no, it's Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little wild. It's a little wild what your brain gets used to. Like, and then it changes and you're like, what is happening?
I will say that I've had to scratch out 2025 3 times today.
Yeah, that's going to happen probably till May.
Probably till September.
Yeah. Till 2027.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, I hope everyone has had a good time. We last time we talked about false self, right?
Yep.
So today I'd like to kind of still talk a little bit about it, but really talk about identity, our identity, who we are. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where that goes from there. I found this really interesting thing that it excited me anyway when I was thinking about false self and true self. And I heard it somewhere, so then I went and dug a little, and it was talking about in the Garden of Eden that that when after Eve ate the fruit or took a bite of the fruit and gave it to Adam to eat, is when they realized they were naked, right? And they were ashamed. And so they went and hid. And then God came, like he always did, like he did day after day, to walk with them. And he's asking them, like, he's like, where are you? Because they were hiding. And like they were hiding because they were ashamed. And before they ate the fruit, they were naked. They had no shame. They had nothing. Like it was like life was good, right? In the garden. They walked with God every day. So when they disobeyed God, it says that they got experiential knowledge of evil, not just information, but felt reality. Their conscience awakened apart from God, and that produced shame. And then the next part that as I was reading, I was like, that kind of like is kind of interesting. It says that God exposes it with a question, not an accusation. He doesn't say, why are you naked? He says, who told you were naked? And so like God isn't asking them because he needs to know, because he already knows he's God,
it's
right?
rhetorical.
Yeah, he's revealing the source. Like he's revealing the problem. Like, I didn't tell you were naked, so how do you know? And up until that point, they had been fully reliant on God. So once they ate the fruit and disobeyed and opened up the door to sin, they quit being reliant on God, on who they were through God. They were just, they became a part of what we're a part of, basically, the world.
The beginning of the world as we know it today.
Yeah. So they went from being known and safe in the garden with God to being exposed and needing to hide. And so I think that we overlook that in our own lives sometimes when we talk about false self, when we talk about identity. Like our false self tells us that we need to do what Joe down the road is doing, where God has created us. And our identity, our whole being, this is who we are, should be found in him by abiding in him. But we don't look for our identity through him sometimes. Maybe some people do. That's amazing because it's not easy.
No. It's even harder when you've grown up and lived the majority of your life without God.
Yeah. Because that's how you've lived this whole entire time.
Yeah.
We had this conversation this week about being people pleasers with ourselves. Like in our own relationship, it's a problem because neither one of us wants to make the other one uncomfortable. So we people please with each other. And that, well, it works, you know.
Until it doesn't.
but it's not a healthy response to things. Like, you know, and so it makes it hard when you realize that there are things you've been doing your whole entire life that are unhealthy and basically untrue. Because the untruth of it is, like, God created us, and we, through sin and living in the world and thinking that we can handle and do life on our own, have created something different than what God created.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so our identity gets wrapped in what we do, what we drive, what we wear, how much money's in our bank account.
What we think the neighbor thinks of us.
Yeah. How good you play guitar. How bad you play the drums, I guess. Just kidding.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. No, but I mean for real though, we do that. We think about all of the things that don't matter. And so, like, God has had me on a path. Like, I've been going to the gym, right? So I'm, yay, go me. Except I'm standing at the gym and I'm watching everybody else around me, and I'm like, well, I should be doing what they're doing, or I need to be doing this, or I need to be doing that instead. And so it's really internalized me.
I do the same thing at the gym. Like I see big jack dudes doing things. I'm like, okay, he must be doing it right. I'm going to try and copy what he's doing. And then I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Because that's not who you are. Because you're not him. We forget we're not everybody else. We're us. You know? And that was like a kick in the stomach to me. Like realizing that I compare myself to everybody else. Like, well, if I'm not doing that, then I'm not doing enough and I need to do better. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wanting to grow and wanting to be better and wanting to do better. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I think we have a hard time accepting where we are and being okay with it. If this is who I am and this is what I'm doing, am I okay with it? Am I okay with being who I am? And I think that's a really hard question. And it doesn't speak to just even going to the gym. It speaks to teenagers out there. Like even when I was a teenager, I don't even know who I was when I was a teenager because I was so busy trying to be everybody else because it seemed like they had greener grass than me.
Yeah. I think it's a lot like, I think it fits into the same mold as, like, you'll never, like, you're, just for example, you're trying to, or me trying to lift this weight. Like, okay, sometime down the road with some discipline, I can probably get to that point. But once I'm to that point, am I going to be happy with it? Or am I going to keep trying to go to, there's another bigger dude. Like, I guess I'll try and do what he's doing. Or, the same with the money. You get a bunch of money. It's never enough money.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're still wanting more. Can you be content with what you have and who you are?
I think that's the key. If our identity is found in Christ, right? If our identity is found in Him, knowing that God made us from conception to birth, He knit us together. That's what the Bible says. He knit us together, each piece, each everything. So if our identity is found in Christ and our identity is found in who he has created us to be, then we won't be looking at that guy. You know what I mean? We won't be. Yes, do we want to always grow and always change? Yes. But we also need to understand we have to follow God's path. Maybe God's path for us isn't that we have a bunch of money in the bank account and you're not jacked.
Well, I think that is his path. That's exactly what's going on.
No, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? So how do we, if we are finding our identity in him, through him, and being rooted in him and abiding in him, what do we need to, what else do we need? I mean, that's a real question. What else do we need?
I don't know.
If he gives us the desires, our desires, then we have everything we need ultimately. Why? So we are.
That would be like, I mean, yeah, we would have everything that we need. We would be fully surrendered and fully just at his mercy.
And back to the garden, they didn't know what they didn't know, and they were content. They walked with God. He provided everything they needed. They needed nothing else. And then when they opened the door to sin with disobedience, then they became aware. So like we have the opportunity. I mean, we live in a fallen world. There's stuff around us all the time. There's battles we're going to fight all the time because we have, we're going to battle with ourselves. But I think that like it's a new year, right? Let's start with building our identity and finding our identity in Christ. Not finding our identity by how often we go to the gym or by how much money we have or by how many church activities we attend or how many church activities we do. Like instead of finding our identity through those things, find our identity just being with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah. I'm reading your mail.
You're reading my mail? Like it's, I don't think it's easy though either. Like changing it. I'm going to read a verse. Hold on. It's Galatians.
Definitely not easy.
2:20. My old self has been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. So I live in this earthly body by trusting in the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me. So like, it's no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. So would Jesus be out here like, Dawn, you only did, 20 minutes on the elliptical. Probably should be doing 25. That girl, she did 25. No. You know what I mean? But also in the same sense, that's not an excuse to not be disciplined or to not take care of yourself, or you know what I mean? It's just shifting how you walk in your identity. I started doing a Bible plan this week, and it's about like the animals. And the first one was really interesting, and it was about like a lion, right? So a lion knows what it is. When it walks, it knows it's a lion. And like
everything else knows it's a lion too.
Exactly. We're children of God. So when we walk, do we know we're children of God? Do we act accordingly? Because you don't see a lion being like, oh, there's a hyena, I better run away, I'm so scared. But then you see us like, oh, there's a broken person, they might need prayer. I can't pray for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a little bit of harsh.
It's a good analogy, though.
But we're children of God. We are hands and feet. We're the workers. A lion knows it's a lion, and it acts accordingly. We're children of God. We need to act accordingly. But we have to have our identity rooted in him. and who he is and who he desires us to be. And I don't think that is, it's really easy to say. That's all I'm going to say. Cuz I've been, that's where he has had me over these last couple weeks. Like, I feel like he isolated me slightly so that he could show me that I'm looking for my identity in the wrong places.
I think the majority of the things I'm learning in being a Christian is it's simple. Everything's real simple. It's right there in black and white,
Yeah.
but it is not easy.
Well, no, because we've been doing it the wrong way for so long.
Yeah.
We have our brain has muscle memory or whatever of naughty or the bad habits and the bad ways and the bad things. Yeah. What about like it goes right along with like hand in hand with trust too. You know, you can't, if you don't trust God, you're not going to find your identity in him. Don't do it. Trust him. You know what I mean? Like it's like I'm not Corey's wife. I am Corey's wife, but I'm first and foremost, I'm a child of God. That's where I'm at. My identity is
Right.
a child of God, a follower of Christ.
That's line 1.
Yes. Comma, Corey's wife. Comma, the kids' mom. Comma, dog mom. Don't ask them though. They'll tell you that's first. They're first. They think first.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah, I don't know. It's been interesting thinking through and changing those thoughts really. And I think that verse, take your thoughts and make them obedient to Christ. I think that's what that means. Recognizing that this thought isn't a Christ-like thought, changing it, and then making it obedient to what Christ would want it to be. Like, oh, you know, I had a conversation with in prayer that went a lot like, I failed. And the response was, it's okay to fail. Like, because I'm not used to failing. If I can't do something well, I don't even do it. Because I don't want to fail. I don't want to feel that.
I think that's a normal human like emotion / response to something.
Well, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm terrible at golf. I don't want to play golf. But
Yeah.
the couple times I've played golf, I'm like, yeah, it was kind of fun actually.
Yeah. Well, I'm terrible
Still
at guitar.
terrible,
I don't want to play guitar.
but
So
you
I'm
like
not good at
listening
it.
to it.
I do like listening to it. And I find that like I want to play air guitar. Like, as I can hear the notes and I can hear the, all that fun stuff. But I'm not good at it, so I'm not going to do it. But I mean, that's it goes down to like run the race with endurance, right? That's what the word says. It's like building up. You build your faith, you build your stamina, you build your walk, you build your road, you build it all. And it's all up to you and how you go. And where you, but if you quit because you failed, you're not building anything.
And it's really what you do after the failures, what really, like, I don't want to say defines you, but like grows you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Nobody likes to fail, but in failure you find growth because you know how not to do it next time.
Yeah.
And then when you do it next time, and if you fail again, well, we're not doing it that way either. So then you have a bucket of failures, but through those failures you find success and growth. And I think like we know that walking with God and abiding in him, that he has a purpose for all the things that happen. There's a purpose behind it. There's a purpose in pain. There's a purpose in strife. There's a purpose in those things. And what it is, it's probably different for everybody, but he's building us from the inside out. You know?
Yep. What is
So,
it? What is it? Not pruning. I mean, it is, but like there's a word,
that's a word.
and I can't place it. It'll come to me at the wrong time, I'm sure.
Okay. Like tomorrow, you'll be like, hey, that word is
Refining.
refining.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, which comes with pressure and fire and flame and
Yep.
all that stuff. But what comes out at the end is better than what went in.
Yeah.
So all these things that we're doing, they're going to be better when we come out than when we went in. But we have to stay solid. And if we know our identity, if we know who we are, when we walk forward, no matter what happens, that shouldn't shink our identity. You know what I mean? It shouldn't shouldn't take chunks out of our identity or who we are. Who we are doesn't change from A to B. We stay ultimately, our ultimate identity as children of God doesn't change from A to B.
Right.
You know what I mean? Our characteristics of ourselves, our character, our morals, our who we are inside, yes. But that doesn't change that we're children of God. We're followers of Christ. That doesn't ever change. That we were created by him. That never, ever changes. No matter what we go through, no matter what happens.
It's the one constant.
Yes. Always. That he created us. He is our Father. He is our Creator. He never changes. You're right. That is the one constant, no matter what happens. So if we root and we root our identity in that, it seems like it would make it easier to get through things. And if one thing that I've learned, because you know me, I was like, yeah, I'm rooted, good. My identity is in Christ. I'm abiding in him. And I do pray, do my worship. I check all the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that he's been showing me is that I'm judging my identity by my box checking. So my identity, I've been judging against did I do all the things that I needed to do? You know what I mean? Did I get my reading done? Did I get my prayer done? Did I get this done? Instead of how long did you just sit with him today? You know what I mean? And abide in his presence and be with him and share thoughts with him and share just space. And so that's been pretty eye-opening for me that your identity, we assign our identity to a lot of things.
A ton of things. Like everything.
Yeah. Well, think about it. If you if something, I don't even know if something happened and you could have prevented it. If something happened to me and you could have prevented it, then your identity would be shifted or bruised or whatever because you're Dawn's husband. And that's where you assign your identity to that. Like, my job is this. I have to do this. That's who I am. But no, that's the thing you do. But who you are is the guy that would never let your wife down intentionally. You know what I mean? Because you love your wife like Christ loves the church. Like the Bible tells you to love your wife. Because your identity, who you are, is a child of God. But we take the things we do and we use
Make-
it against
make-
ourselves.
Make that our identity.
Yeah, and we use it against ourselves. I'm not good enough. I didn't do enough. You know, and I think it's just learned behavior that we've done our whole entire lives.
Yeah.
Like and on the other spectrum, on the other side of the spectrum, I don't think that you can't use that as a reason to just do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a child of God. I can run this red light. It's fine. I'm God's kid.
Oh, that's an idea you just gave me.
No. No. I think it stems from being and not doing and trying to not assign your identity to the things that you do.
Because we're not.
No, we're not. Like, we're not at all. So who are we?
Children of God.
Okay, children of God. Yeah, it's a whole mind shift. Again, like if you're listening, like this is a mind shift. It's a mind shift, and it's a practice. It's a discipline.
And I think it's a practice and a discipline to see others as children of God as well.
Yes, on the other side of that, yes, because you have to love them.
Yeah. The biggest test is, I would say, traffic.
Oh, okay.
You want to test it out of whether or not you think everybody's a child of God? Go drive around for a while.
Yeah. And you get mad at people.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I'm always like, when you're like, man, this person, why are they going so slow? And then I give you some random scenario, and then you look at me, and you're like, what? I'm like, I'm telling you why they're going slow. Like, I don't know them, but I make up a story for a reason that they're going slow that would be acceptable to you. So you wouldn't, because you don't know.
Okay, you're probably right. Yeah. Enjoy your day, lady.
Instead of just being angry.
Yeah.
It's easy to be angry.
Yep, it is.
Anger's easy. Dealing with it and figuring out why you're angry is the hard part. Especially because I think sometimes we have the ability to get over things, like you and I. Well, it depends on, I guess. Like, I think we can be so forgiving of each other way more than other people.
Well, it's because I know your heart and we love each other.
Right. But we're called to love everybody else too. It's easier when you know somebody's heart and their intentions. But it shouldn't have an effect on it. It shouldn't come into play. I mean, when it comes to boundaries and things like that, it should come into play. Like, hey, you don't get to have space in my life. I love you. I'll pray for you. You know, but you don't get to take up that space. But, like, I don't know. That's probably why it's the number one, like the most important. Love God, love your enemies, love every people, all the people. That's why it's the most important. It's literally the hardest thing one to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely is. And if we're being honest, I know this doesn't speak on identity, but in the world, if you can get on Facebook and open up any random post and see people don't love each other at all. People don't even like each other. They
No.
don't give each other a chance. They're like 0 to 100 immediately.
Yeah.
Like,
Immediately.
Trash. Get out of here.
Yep.
It's sad. It's sad because we all need a little help. You know, even the ones that are like, I don't need no help, they probably need the most help.
I'm one of those.
Yeah, you probably need a lot of help.
Probably. Mental help.
I oh,
Oh, our dogs are here.
I think that's the little dog. I think that you have really good mental health, actually.
It was
I think, like, I'm the mental health. I'm like I don't know. My name's
Well,
permanently on the
are you still
DSM.
asking God to get rid of your emotions?
Nope. No, because when I asked him to get rid of my emotions, I cried for like 3 days. Um, I asked him to take away my free will too. Like all the hard things. I want him to take all the hard things away.
Your emotions and your free will.
Yeah, because emotions is where I get stuck. Like that's my thing that I get stuck on because I'm feeling a certain way. And I think that we'll tie this back into identity, but I think it's because I've learned to assess my identity based upon how other people see me, how other people feel about me, the things that I do, how well I do them. Like that's what my identity is based on. So then when I do all these things and then somebody says something and I take it personal, then I'm immediately like, I'm done with everything. I hate everything. You know what I mean? Because I've assessed my whole identity is wrapped up in it. In my emotions.
And really, your whole identity has nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do with that. No. Those are just things I do, so it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Like I believe it's a weird conundrum, but I believe that what other people think about you matters to a point, but you shouldn't do things just because they make everybody else happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for us, for instance, like if we're in an argument, you automatically, this is what you do. You will tell me whatever I want to hear. You will do whatever I want you to do so that the conflict is over. No matter how you're feeling about it.
Yep.
Right. That's unhealthy. So it should matter how I feel. Like you should be like, yes, I hear you. How you're feeling matters, but I disagree on this point. I disagree on this point, and we need to discuss how we're going to move forward here. You know what I mean? That's the difference. That's the difference between pleasing people and assigning your identity to making them happy as opposed to just having a healthy relationship, which you think people pleasing is healthy because everybody's happy, right? We're all super happy. Except one day we're not going to be happy. Like I am tired of cooking you dinner, bro. I'm just saying I'm not, but you know what I mean? That's
good.
But that's what I'm saying. Like we have to have space to be real and but we also have to understand that we aren't like we matter too. People pleasers, I think, put themselves last so much that like when they for me, like even you, we don't know how to articulate our emotions. So immediately we just get angry.
Because it's easy.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh really? Oh really, Corey? You know I made you dinner 7 nights. You had dinner last night and it was on the table and ready for you every single night. And then you dare ask me if I folded the laundry or, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That didn't actually happen, by the way.
I didn't? make dinner every night?
No, I
or
didn't dare be like, "Oh, you didn't fold the laundry."
No, you would never, Edward, say anything like that to me intentionally. But that, you know, but that just speaks to it. Like I was assigning my identity to all the things I was doing instead of who I am. Like I don't know. It's wild. It's a lot. It's a lot trying to figure out, trying to be a, trying to.
Be a child of God.
No, because I think it's part of it, but also like
Growing into
it's
it.
hard to change what you've known and what you've done and what you've thought for so long. Like changing that is really hard.
Like like a mindset.
Yeah. Yeah. Like but that's how I've always dealt with that. And now God is like, Dawn, that's not healthy. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I've been doing it for 20 years. Now it's time to stop. You know, but there's freedom in that. There's a freedom in that, and the freedom in knowing that if I'm following him, he's leading me. I'm doing what he's asking me to do. He's showing me how to live out and feel these things in a healthy manner as opposed to the way I've always done it. You know, it's good. It's refining. It's pruning. It's uncomfortable when it's happening, but when it's over, you're like, whew, I did that. And now I get to walk forward and everything. And I get better and better, you know.
On to the next.
On to the next. Let's go. But I mean, you think about these young people, like what's happening in the world now with transgender and gender. I don't know what you call it. Is it dysmorphia? Anyway, I don't know what it is,
That's
but
probably the proper term for
I
it.
don't know what it is, but what is their identity? They're searching for an identity that they've already been given by God. You know,
Yep.
we're searching for an identity as adults now in this world. We're like, what's my purpose? What's my purpose? What's the God's plan for me? We need to know these things instead of being like, boom, I'm an heir to the throne. I'm walking forward. I'm walking where he leads me, and wherever I go, I go.
Walking like a lion.
Yeah, walking like a lion. You know, so like it's not just us. It goes down to the kids. Like they're trying to find their identity too, and we have to be teaching them like your identity is found in God. God created you exactly the way you are. You know, and I don't know. I say we. Society in general does a really good job of putting their opinions out there about what is right and what is wrong and what the Bible says and what the Bible doesn't say, but they don't do a good job of saying, come here, let's sit down and let's have a conversation. Let me have a conversation with you. Where are you struggling with your identity? You know, like that. Those are the hard things. Like, I don't know.
Just having an open discussion.
Yes.
People you disagree with.
Without hate or anger.
Right.
Just reality. You know? Ooh, it got really
the last
heavy
guy
for
that
a
did
second.
That, they got killed.
Yeah.
Like on the last person that did that on a large scale platform.
Thank him. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of other people do the same type of thing as well.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, like, even on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The reality is, it starts with your identity. It starts with who you are, who you were created to be, and trust. I don't know. That's too.
We went off in the left field, kind
A
of.
little bit, but really, it's not, it's real. I mean, that's the world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
That's the world we live in. So,
fallen and broken.
Yes. And we have to be the light. We have to be better. We have to love more. We have to judge less. Like, judgment is necessary. It just, we're called to iron sharpens iron. That comes with a little bit of judgment. Like, hey, listen, we're gonna be, this matters. This stuff matters. But ultimately, like, we have to be a little bit better at love. Yeah, we can have our opinions. We can have our opinions. We know what the word says. We're rooted in it and we're wise. But what good is it to have all that information? Like I think Jesus even said it, if you can't love. Like, what good is any of it if you're not going to love? Nobody, you can walk up to somebody on the street who's lost and broken, and because of their outward appearance or because of the choices that they make in their life, you can make assumptions and judgments. And just by that, you can push them away. Instead of open arms, love. Like, come here, let's have a conversation. Let's talk about this. What do you need? What can I get you? What can,
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I feel like I talked a whole lot this time. Why
Yeah,
don't
you did.
Oh, thanks.
You always
you.
do.
Oh,
This
man.
is your show.
No.
I'm just a co-host.
I know. Speaking of, we gotta get Colin. Colin hasn't been here in a while, so Colin, when you listen to this, better be thinking what you want to talk about next time, because it's about time for Colin.
Guests again.
Yeah. So thank you for listening. Sorry we went a little squirrely, but as always, thank you for listening. Keep praying for us. We're just gonna keep doing podcasts on the couch until the door opens wide for, like, whatever. And if you have any topics or you want to talk about something or you want to be on here, just get a hold of us. So, all right. Thank you. Have a good week.
Bye.